Pilates session. Fairly short session for Pilates, to be honest, because the class normally lasts about 45 minutes to an hour. So I will be watching the clock for you. So let's start with making sure that we're in our right Pilates stance. So feet facing forward, toes facing forward, heels facing back. Make sure you can implant your big toe, your little toe and your heel into the mat to centre yourself really and get some balance. And then what we're going to do is drop our shoulder blades down towards our back pocket. Okay, we're going to just check that we're in neutral spine. So what we're going to do is have soft knees, rock backwards and forwards. I'll show you that from the side. So just gently tilt your pelvis backwards and forwards. And somewhere in the middle will be your neutral spine. For me, it's about there. And what I tend to do is I do my COVID cough. So I use my, I don't have COVID obviously, my little finger, my index finger, just put them either side of my tummy button and cough. And if I feel that muscle contract, then I know I'm in neutral spine. So I'm now in my Pilates stance, ready to start. So we're going to start with some head nods. So we're just going to nod our head down and then bring it back to the centre and take it up. Look at the ceiling or the sky and bring it down. We're just starting to warm up our neck muscles here. And in a minute we're going to move on to our shoulders and our upper back. So down, all very slowly. Pilates is about fluid movements, no rushing, no jolting, just fluid, gentle movements that lengthen, strengthen our muscles and lubricate our joints. So we're now going to look over our shoulder. So for me it's my right shoulder and then back to the centre. So just getting some rotation into our neck. Okay, back to the centre, over our shoulder, back to the centre, and for me my left shoulder and back to the centre. And I'm going to do some shoulder rolls. So I'm just rolling my shoulders up towards my ears and back and down, starting to warm up my shoulder joints and get that synovial fluid flowing around those joints to make them a little bit easier. Okay, and then I'm going to roll forwards. You may hear some little noises in your shoulder joints here, cracks or whatever. That's absolutely fine. And then I'm going to bring my ears towards my shoulders towards my ears and gently back down. So bring your shoulder blades up, your shoulder joints up and down. We're not dropping, so we're not bringing them up and dropping them. Oh, that would be painful. We're just gently taking them down. So up towards our ears and then down. Okay. We're now just going to stand on one leg and get a little bit of balance into our bodies. So again, make sure you're still in neutral, because sometimes we go out of neutral. We're pulling our tummy button in towards our spine as well. And if you want to take your arms out for balance, then that's absolutely fine. So I'm just standing on one leg and down. Standing on another leg. You don't have to bring your leg very high, just as high as you can to get some balance. And down. And the longer you can do this for, the better. You can do this anytime on your own, just to practice getting balance. Try and look in one spot, it's easier, guys. Okay, and it strengthens the leg that you're standing on, obviously, because that's taking the whole weight of your body. So good for the ankles as well. And down, and then the other side for good measure. Finish off there. And down. We're now going to go into a Pilates squat, or even a plie you might want to call it if you were a ballet dancer when you were young. So I'm just going to point my toes out, okay. My legs are still hip width apart, and I'm just going to go down gently into a Pilates squat. You're not going all the way down and you're not bringing your body forward, you're just taking your body down, okay? Just bending those knees and back up and down. Keeping your back fairly straight and your shoulder blades down towards your back pockets and your tummy button pulled in towards your spine. And up, and we'll do one more of those. So just down into a gentle squat. Okay, can you feel this in your ankle joints? I certainly can. Okay, and my calves, strengthening your calves. So now bring your feet back into your normal Pilates stance, which is toes facing forward and heels facing back. And we're just going to take our arms up and down. Just going to float them up and down. We'll do two more of those. Up and down and up and down. And I will take our arms out. So don't have your arms dropped or too high or even at an angle. They're both out, and we're just going to do some tiny, tiny circles. Okay, some arm circles. When you're doing this, really try and think about engaging your muscles and extending those arms out. So you're trying to reach either side of the room, and then some back, because that really helps to lengthen and strengthen as well. Okay, so arms down. We're just going to go into roll down now. Now roll down, I'm just going to turn position to show you this. You tuck your chin in slightly, but imagine you have a peach, because you don't want to tuck your chin in so tight that it hurts your neck or you can't breathe, okay? So you tuck your chin slightly, you inhale through your nose as you start to prepare for the exercise, and then as you go down, you curve your whole back into a C curve. You don't look, I'm looking at you for the camera guys, you don't look this way, you're just going straight down as far as you can go and slowly. So I will look at the camera so that I can make sure you can hear me. Go down as far as you can. If you can only go to your knees, that's absolutely fine. If you want to go all the way to the floor, then that's fabulous too. And then just hold it at the bottom and feel that stretch all along the back of your legs. So up into your hamstrings, behind your knees and your calf. And then inhale and exhale as you come back up. Slowly, slowly, almost one vertebrae at a time. When you get to the top, gently take your shoulder blades down towards your back pocket. Look up and inhale, and then go down into your second roll down, all the way down. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Make sure your body's quite relaxed here. Then inhale and exhale as you come up. And then on the third one, we're going to stop down. So just come back up, inhale, exhale, keeping that tummy button pulled in. Imagine you've got a rope pulling from your tummy button to your spine, and it's elasticated, so it's keeping that all pulled in, so you're using your core. And then just come down onto your hands and knees. And we're going straight into a balance pose here. So what you're going to do, you're going to take your, just check I'm in neutral spine still. Hands are under your shoulders, knees are under your hip joints, legs are hip width apart, okay. Take your left arm out and bring your right leg out. Now if you struggle with this, if you're new to Pilates, just keep your leg on the floor, okay. Otherwise bring it up, don't have it too high because you'll overbalance, okay. Can you see? And just look ahead. Don't lift your head up and don't look at the camera as I'm doing, and come back down. Okay, so now your right arm and your left leg. And just balance. You're just balancing here, and you're lengthening and strengthening the muscles in your right arm and your left leg that are stretched out. So you're thinking about a lot of different things here. You're thinking about balance. You're thinking about strengthening and lengthening those muscles. And you're thinking about using your core so your tummy button is pulled in towards your spine. And down, and the final one. Right arm and left leg. And just balance. Hold it, keep that tummy button in, and down. And then I want you to go into child's pose. So you take your bottom towards your heels. Okay, and then you bring your legs, your knees slightly further apart, because it makes it easy and more comfortable. And you're going to slide your arms out in front of you and put your forehead on the mat, and you're just going to rest for a couple of seconds there. It's a really comfortable position. It's a really good stretch for your spine as well. So here we go. All the way in front, forehead down, and just relax into that. And take a breather. Okay. And then come into a sitting position. And what we're going to do now is we're going to do some curl backs. So we're just going to curl back to there. So you're just on your lower back. Your shoulders and your arms are quite relaxed, and you're holding, because this is really good for your abs. And then you come forward. When you come forward, you come up onto your sit bones. So we go back. Hold it, hold it, keep that tummy button pulled in, you're doing a great job, and come up. Then we're coming back, hold it, make sure your shoulders are relaxed, your shoulders away from your ears, and you're up. We'll do 2 more of these, so curl back, just hold it, and then up, and then the last one, curl back, and hold it, and come up. And now we're going straight into bow and arrow, so we're still working on our abs. So when you do bow and arrow, it's exactly the same as the curl back, but you just bring your arm out like a bow and arrow, and you look over your elbow or your shoulder, whichever is most comfortable for you. Okay, we're just adding some rotation to the waist if you're wondering what the difference is in these 2 exercises. So still good for the abs, but also working the obliques and rotating your waist and your spine, good movement for your spine. So let's start with the left side for me. So we're coming back into our bow and arrow. I'm looking over my elbow, and then we're coming up. Onto our sit bones, back the other side. Bow and arrow. Keep that tummy button in, and up. We're going to do 4 of those. Bow and arrow. Hold it. Feel it in those abs. I can. Bow and arrow. Looking over my elbow. Holding that tummy button in, and up. Trying to breathe. The other side. And we'll finish on this one. And then up. So now take that all the way back. So I'm going to move to the front of my mat, and I'm going back. I'm going to roll back all the way, slowly, and then I'm going to hug my knees into my chest just for a second, just to get a bit of a rest. And then just roll around the base of your spine, your coccyx area in a letter O, and then roll the other way. Okay. I'm now going to roll over onto my tummy again. So on my tummy, I have my hands in a diamond shape, and I'm going to do what we call baby cobra. So I'm not pushing up with my arms. What I'm doing is I'm pulling my tummy button in and I'm using my core. So just sort of check that you are still in neutral spine. It's difficult on the tummy, but just sort of, you rock your pelvis backwards and forwards a couple of times and get somewhere in the middle. Pop your forehead down on the mat, and then when you come up, you're just bringing up your upper chest. You're not using your arms, you're using your core to bring yourself up. So I demonstrate it, but I can't talk because you won't hear me. So if you just watch for a second. So my head goes down. And I'm up into baby cobra. Now my arms, I'm not using my arms, I'm using my core to keep me here. And then down. I know if I talk with my head down, you won't hear me. So if you can do a couple more baby cobras, that would be fantastic. I'll just do a couple and I won't talk while I'm doing them. So, down. And 2. And if you can see, I'm not looking up, I'm just looking towards the front of my mat. If you look up, you'll put some strain on your neck, so please don't do that one for me. Okay. And then I'm going to roll back over onto my back. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do some curl-ups. So I'm just curling up towards my knees and then back. And again, I'm just bringing the top of my back up. I'm not curling all the way up, okay? Knees are hip width apart. I'm still in neutral spine. I've rocked backwards and forwards to check. My tummy button's pulled in. You can either curl up with your arms out, or you can have them behind your head. And we're going to do 5 of these, so count with me, guys. So 1. Hold it. Hold that tummy button in. Make sure you have a gap there so you're not really choking, and down. 2. Hold it, down. I'll do a different position for you, for those of you that want to try this instead. Arms straight out. Breathe, and down. So that's 3, 4, and and down, and then the final one. Fifth one. Hold it and down. And hook those knees into your chest just for a second. Okay, we're going to roll ourselves up, we're going to sit up. We're going to put the palms of our hands, the soles of our feet together. We're going to walk our bottoms towards our feet. Okay, and you're going to get your knees just dropping down towards the mat. I don't expect you to have them fully on the mat. If you can, you're probably either double jointed or super flexible or very young, and that would be fantastic, but I'm past that now. So just knees down, we're just having a stretch out here. Okay, just a really good stretch, good for opening your hips. And then you're going to pop your feet flat on the floor, hip width apart. You're going to have your arms in what I call Russian dancer pose. You're sitting up on your sit bones, you're holding your tummy button in, and we're going to do some more rotation of the waist here. So we're just going, looking over our shoulder or our elbow, back to the middle. We're going to do 6 of these, so 2, back to the middle. Always with Pilates, breathe in to prepare and out as you're doing the exercise. So in through your nose, out as I go round. That's 3, 4, try to rotate just a little bit more, keeping my feet flat on the floor, back to the centre. Is that 3 or 4? I can't remember, I think it's 3. Back to the centre, 4, really rotating, back to the centre but keeping my hips facing forward, and 5, and back to the centre. So now we're going to lie down on our back and we're going to do a bridge. So with bridge, check you're in neutral spine again, pull your tummy button in, your arms quite relaxed on the floor here. We're going to do 3 bridges. So we're just really using our core to pull our body up into a bridge position. So we're pushing up, 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 as high as you want to go. If you're not good with bridge, then just do a pelvic lift, which with a pelvic lift, you're just lifting your pelvis off that mat. Okay, you can see there's completely different positions to my legs. As I go up into bridge, I go higher up, so there's a bigger gap underneath my bottom, between my bottom and the floor. Okay, so hold that bridge, then go down vertebrae by vertebrae. Slowly back down. We never drop down in Pilates, all our movements are controlled. So inhale and come up into the second bridge. So as high as you want to go, still having relaxed shoulders. Okay, pull your bottom muscles in, you can feel your glutes there. Okay, really good for your legs, your upper legs, good for your back, good for your pelvis and good for your abdomen. And back down. And then on the third bridge or pelvic lift, we're going to bring our arms over our head. And then we're just going to have little pumps or little pulses or whatever you want to call them. So going up into our third bridge. Well done, guys. Arms over and just pump. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Start to relax and bring your arms and your bridge down vertebrae by vertebrae until you're back on the floor. Okay, we're now going to take our legs up, so both legs come up. Feet are slightly higher than our knees and we're going to do some toe taps. So it's literally just tapping down. 1, 2, 3, 4, going to do 12, 5, 6, 7. Toes should be gently pointed. If they're really too pointed, you may get cramp in your toes, which I often get. So I've lost count, but that must be about 9, 10, 11, 12. And then keeping your one knee up, you're putting the other foot flat on the floor, keeping the leg bent, and we're going to do some knee circles. Now this is very difficult because what you want to do is keep the leg that's on the floor, the foot that's on the floor, keep that leg straight, it's not wobbling around. So when you're doing your knee circles, you're just imagining a pen drawing a very tiny O on the ceiling. Okay, it's all about keeping the pelvis straight, using the core, and that will keep that leg from wobbling. okay, and then circle the other way. Forgotten which way I was going. Sometimes when you do these circles, it's more confusing than it seems. So, circle. And then we're going to take our legs straight and we're going to turn our knee out to the side, and automatically you'll feel a difference in your muscle. Okay, so you're using slightly different muscles here. You have your toe pointed, and you're just going to draw some circles on the ceiling. Okay, really trying to keep your upper body and your pelvis straight and that knee not moving. You're using your core then, okay, and then circle the other way. So now I'm going to flex and send all the energy out through my heel, and again you'll feel completely different muscles, and you're circling one way, and then in a minute you're going to circle the other way. Can you feel that? Great. And then circle the other way. Okay, really good leg exercises these are. And then pop that leg down. Take the other leg up, and we're doing our knee circles. So we're just circling gently. You can see if I start to circle too big a circle, the other knee starts to move. So I'm not controlling my pelvis and my core. So circle and circle the other way. So you're drawing an O on the ceiling with your knee. And then we're going to point up and turn our knee out to the side, point our toe gently and draw a tiny O on the ceiling. So really controlled movements. This is perfect Pilates. Okay, tummy button's pulled in, shoulders are relaxed, and then I'm going to go the other way, and then I'm going to do the flex. Okay, so you will feel the difference. So flex your foot now, feel the difference there, send all your energy out through the heel and circle one way. Baby circles. I'm doing this video because I should be outdoors today on a Wednesday morning, but it's been raining, so I've had to bring Pilates indoors via Zoom or YouTube. So circle the other way. Okay. Can you feel when you do a bigger circle that your knee starts to move? You've got a lot to concentrate on here, guys, so well done. And take that leg down. Okay, fantastic. Just going to do a couple of leg stretches now. Take your one leg up in the air, flex it, have your hands around the back of your thigh or your knee and pull it slightly towards you, just to feel a really good stretch in that leg. And then put that leg down and bring the other leg up. Flex it and bring it towards you. I am keeping an eye on the time, and time is going pretty quickly actually, so let's move on. So put that leg down. Let's move on to our side and do a couple of side exercises. Okay, so as always, if you want to grab a cushion, make sure when you use a cushion or a towel and you have your arm out flat and it's between your head and your arm. Okay, because I've seen people sometimes put their arm on the cushion. You don't really get the benefit there, okay, and you're actually moving your arm too high. Okay, so if you want to grab a cushion, do that. Check that you're in neutral. If you're not in neutral, you'll either go forward or backwards. Or the other thing that you can do, if you want, is pop your head on your arm, so your elbow is there. If you do that, don't let your waist sink into the mat. Still have some control, so make sure your waist, it has a gap between your waist and the mat, okay? And we're going to do some leg lifts. So we're just lifting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we take our leg up in the air and we bring the bottom leg up to meet it. So don't have your leg too high because you will struggle. This is a difficult exercise. So bottom leg, 1, 2, 3. Can you feel that in your hip? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Put those legs down, bend them. That's a relief, isn't it? So now what we're going to do with this leg is something that I call tap tap. So I'm going to tap with my knee, tap with my toe. So tap, 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 tap. We do about 10. 3, 4, good for the hip openers. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now what we're going to do is arc that leg. So with your bottom leg, it can remain bent or you can stretch it out if you want to. It's completely up to you. So with this leg, we're going to arc over to the front, so we're drawing a rainbow, and then we're going to flex and take it over to the back. So point to the front, flex to the back. Point, flex, 2, I'm going to do 6 of these, 3, really good for your hips, 4, you're still breathing in, holding your tummy in, 5, might be 6 or 7, 6. Okay, bring that leg in. We're now going to just turn to the other side and do exactly the same on the other side. So again, just check you're in neutral. I'm not, because I know I'm going backwards, so I just need to think about my pelvis. And breathe in, put my tummy button in, okay, balance slightly with my hand used as a tripod, and let's do our leg lifts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good for the waist this as well, not just the legs, funnily enough. 10, because you're using your oblique muscles down here. So then we're going to bring our leg up, and we're going to bring the bottom leg up to meet it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, ouch, 8, well done, 9, 10. Okay, so we're now going to do our tap taps. So we're going to tap at the front with our knee, tap at the back with our toe. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then our arcs. Okay, so arc over and then flex it back, arc over and flex it back. So 3, 4, well done, 5. I do feel like when I do a 30-minute class, I'm a bit like doing Pilates on speed. It seems to go super fast, and I never get exactly all the exercises done that I would like to do with you, but 30 minutes is the limit on Zoom, and I'm just re-recording my Zoom class from this morning. That's about it. Put your legs in. Oh, that's a nice relief, isn't it? We're now going to go into a couple of stretches to finish our class off. So we're going to go onto our back, knees bent, hip width apart, neutral spine, tummy button pulled in, arms out like a crucifix. I think it's yoga they call this the crucifix in, but it's a very good exercise. It's a nice stretch. So first of all, what we're going to do is I'm going to drop my knees to the left, and I'm going to bring my head out to the right. Okay, so a really good stretch diagonally across my body. And just breathe in, out. So in through your nose, out through your mouth. Bring your legs and your head back to centre, and drop your knees to the other side and your head to the other side. Can you feel that stretch? I'm just looking at the camera. My head wouldn't normally be this way, it would be that way. So breathe in and then out. In and out. And in and out. Another stretch I want us to finish off with is just dropping both knees out, okay, for a good hip opener. Soles of the feet, soles of the feet together, knees dropped out. Okay, just relax and have a couple of deep breaths. And then we're just going to take our legs down, we're going to roll over onto our tummy, and we're going to finish off with a nice cat-cow stretch on our knees. So hands are under your shoulders, knees are under your hips, your legs are hip width apart, your tummy button's pulled in, and you're coming up into a cat stretch, all the way up. Really good stretch for your spine, and then we're taking the spine down, and you will have a curve in your back, in your lower back here. Up into cat, and breathe out, and down into cow. So up into cat. Your head will be just looking at the front of your mat. Mine is looking at the camera so that you can hear my voice. And down into cow. And one more up into cat. And then down into cow. And then tuck your toes under and walk your feet toward your hands towards your feet, slightly into downward dog. Really good stretch for the back of the legs. And then further back and curl up or roll up all the way up into a standing position. Do a couple of shoulder rolls to start to get the body back to normal. Okay, and then we're going to walk through our feet. So up onto the ball of one foot and just step through our feet. Your body will be coming back down to sort of normal temperature, normal pulse, normal heartbeat now if it's gone a little bit faster, as mine has, possibly because I'm talking too. Okay, then take your arms out and just do some wrist circles. Oh, I can hear a creak there. That's fine. And back the other way. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do a big sweep down. So we just bend our knees, sweep down to the floor and bring our hands up. And sweep down and bring our hands up. And the final sweep down, when we bring our hands up, we put our palms together and we just say namaste. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the session and I'll see you soon. Thanks guys. Bye bye.